Well, Jim, thanks for talking to us again on Morecambe Player. Just a little bit about the Bradford game on Saturday. The draw that felt like a defeat.
Did in the end. Wasn't the greatest first half. Second half, I thought it was a good game of football. You know, the crowd played a part, but to go 1-0 up and be that close to securing 3 points, it did feel like a defeat. But if I'm honest, overall, maybe a draw was the fair result. So we take the points. We're disappointed that it wasn't 3, but we move on.
Yeah, it was noticeable that there was a very much the dressing room and all the backroom staff were very, very, very down after that on Saturday. So how do you pick people up?
Just go about it, you know, your personality shows through. Got good lads behind the scene. You know, we got amongst the lads and just said, you know, how many positives there was in there. We looked solid defensively again. We created chances. You know, it was in the grasp of our hands to go 2 points clear at the top of the table. It wasn't to be, but we're still 5 unbeaten in the league. You know, that's the way we look at it, and we just be as positive as we can be, and you know, dust ourselves down and go again.
So moving on to obviously this week, you've had some fun and games at training today with the press.
Yeah. Well, the reserves have played, you know, tonight with the first team lads and 1 or 2 of the injured lads. We took them down to Arnside and we did this flatty trapping, which I've spoke to someone about, and I thought, yeah, it could be a good time to do it. And then Sky have jumped on it and BBC have jumped on it, so they've come down and covered us. But probably wasn't the best day to do with all the rain we've been having, because what should be half a foot of water that we were standing in become 2.5 foot of water. So got a little bit wet, but pleased to say 1 or 2 of the lads caught a fish, caught a dinner, and then we went to the Albion pub and they cooked us some that they prepared earlier. So all the lads sat round and had a little taste of the local dish there, and it was a good exercise. It was very funny, you know, the lads all bonded well together. Some took to it more than others, but overall good little afternoon session after what was a tough morning for them with regards to physical work, weight training and football as well. So it's, you know, part of recovery as well. We're not blessed where we've got all the ice baths and things like that the bigger clubs have got. So our ice bath for this afternoon was half an hour in the water at Arnside.
Nice one. So moving on to Saturday, obviously we've got third versus first ourselves against Crawley. What are we like squad-wise? 1
or 2 niggles, if I'm honest. Hopefully we'll, you know, over the next couple of days we'll know what we can go with, but it's part and parcel of football. It's a squad game. We have got players who are carrying 1 or 2 little knocks, but we get on with it. You know, we don't, you know, where one door might shut on someone, it might open on someone else to stake their claim. So we'll be positive about it and we'll just get on with it. Obviously,
new signing Jason Price, will he feature?
Yeah, he'll be in the squad definitely. He's come in the last couple of days, looked good in training. You know, he's settled in no problem at all with the lads. He knew Fenners and Kevin Ellison anyway from previous clubs, but he's another character around the changing room. You know, straight away first day he was in there and he was mingling, and he's got a bit about him on that side of things. So we've seen in the Barnet game this season that he had a little bit about him on the pitch as well. Obviously you can't doubt his experience. I just think he'll bring us that something extra. So pleased to have him on board.
Are you happy with the squad as it stands now then?
You're always looking to improve, you know, within the restraints of the budget and things like that. You know, the club is very well run, but we're always looking to improve. You know, wherever it may be, we want to move forward as a football club, and if that means getting better players in, if we can do it money-wise, we'll do it. But at the moment, I'm quite pleased with what we've got.
So as usual, positive Saturday against Crawley?
Always positive. It's a game. You know, I say to the lads before the game, it doesn't matter who you're playing football. You know, we've seen it up and down the country every weekend. There's upsets. You know, the so-called smaller clubs beat the bigger clubs. You know, the bottom of the leagues beat the top of the leagues. Come to the cup games, there's always upsets. You know, any game that we play, and I'll always instill into the lads that they can win any game of football. We're always positive about what we do. You know, we put some things on the board about being positive and really looking after your own job and really playing your part in the team to make sure that you go out there and try and win the game. And Saturday be no different. You know, they are a good side. They've spent well. They've got good players in the ranks. They've had some good results. The manager's done well there over the last couple of years. But we're at home. We're a good side ourselves. We're on a good run. So why can't we beat them?
Well, good luck for the Crawley game, and hopefully we'll talk to you after a good win against them.
Thanks very much. Thank you.